Welcome to a new episode of Joe Mogul. And new Joe Mogul videos are available every Wednesday morning. So brighten up your life and tickle your smarts. Hit the subscribe button below and I will be sure to keep you on your toes. Few words about stress, fear, health, and success, and how a line from the iconic 1984 Karate Kid movie helped me save the day and close a deal. Here we go. Often, when you buy a house for a flip, the last thing you want is surprises, because with each surprise, you can hear the ding 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 sound of cost going up and the donk 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 sound of profit shrinking. And often there is a transition from the euphoric feeling of like, oh, this is the deal of the century, I kill it, this is so good, I feel so confident, all the way to, maybe it wasn't such a great deal as I thought, and sometimes even, shit, when this is going to be over, and this is a nightmare, and this is so much stress. Who needs this? Maybe I'm not in the right place. Maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe I need some, radical change, and stress. And this is more or less what happens to me with this house. I bought this house. It looks great. The price was really good. I felt like, this is the real deal. Finally, I have a good deal. Within few months, in budget, on time, the house is listed. I got a cash offer from a buyer, full price, and I'm like, boom, boom, boom. Fantastic. Then, a few days before the closing, the inspection came back. He found issues with the basement walls. He found that the walls is bowing, and he's like, this is not good. You need to fix it. Buyer didn't even negotiate, maybe you will reduce that, maybe, just walk away. And unrelated to that, in few other deals, there were cancellation last minute, and I'm on the edge. I'm on like, what's the next thing that goes wrong? That when things are like keep adding up, something gotta go, and I got a buyer, and closing is approaching, but I'm feeling like something bad is gonna happen. And guess what? 2 days before closing, appraisal come back, price is okay, but they are conditioning the sale on engineer signing that the job that was done is acceptable. They didn't accept the warranty that the contractor delivered, and they want an engineer to go and to sign on the job. And I'm like, in the middle of the coronavirus, in the middle of like the new year is coming in like a few days, nobody's working, and I have a deadline in like 2 days. That's almost impossible. And in those few days when I was struggling to keep that deal alive and to keep that deal moving, and the house is vacant, so every week I'm paying more, and the stress level goes up and up and up and up. And I felt that in my body. I felt, after few hours, I felt completely exhausted. My body was physically was exhausted, and I knew that has impact on my health. That has impact on my precious, healthy state, my body. And then that line from the movie pops to my head. Then I remember when the sensei tell the student in the middle of the fight that he's about to quit, that he's about to lose. He says, losing to an opponent is okay, but you should never lose to fear. Losing to an opponent is okay, but you should never lose to the fear. And I thought, this is so true. This is so true. Why do I let this fear affect my health? Why can't I just look directly into the face with my eyes and break it down and say, like, what the hell is the worst thing that can happen? What if this deal is cancelled? Why I'm having stress? They should have stress. This is a good deal. They should have stress. I shouldn't let that stress getting into, I should say stop. I should stop it. Stress and fear is often a choice. Fear can protect us. It's a great mechanism of protection, but in many cases it blocks us and it creates that fear, that feeling of that stress, that feeling of like, who knows what's gonna happen next, and all those feelings about, is it me? Maybe I did something wrong and all that. But as soon as I remember that statement, all of a sudden things change. I had a relief, and and then things start working well. And yesterday, finally, I had a closing. It was okay. I found an engineer. Everything was solved. And this is the lesson for me. Losing to an opponent is okay, but you should never lose to fear. Fear leads to stress, and stress is not good, because if you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong. Adios. If you enjoyed the video you just saw, hit the subscribe button below. Even if you think the video you just saw is a complete garbage, hit the subscribe button below. Because who knows, maybe next week it's gonna be much better. I would love to hear your feedback. And I would love to know if you have any ideas for future topics you want me to discuss. Let me know. And don't forget to check the Joe Mogul website, because Joe Mogul website has videos that may put a smile on your face, maybe provoke a new idea in your head, and maybe inspire you to work towards your financial freedom. Because remember, every big dream starts with a small step, and that small step can start with a little tip on the Joe Mogul video on Wednesday morning. Ah! Yeah. Look at this. Look at this beauty. Ooh.